Hello world, it's Thursday. I'm shooting this, may not get posted for another day or two, but wanted to just talk to everybody. The election is over and the world is still spinning. It's been very interesting to watch. I don't know if you've seen my post earlier about, the elections coming up, my thoughts on it and kind of how it processed, but if you look over the past couple of days, I'm sure you've seen it's been a very interesting response. So as you know, Trump got elected, and there's a lot of people that are very happy about it. There's a lot of people that are very upset about it. There's a lot of people that are living in fear. And it's interesting to look at the response from the people that are upset about him getting elected and about the hatred and the vitriol that is coming from their mouths about his hatred and vitriol and what he spews. And one of the common themes that I've seen a lot of is, and sounds like and looks like how the vote went was, well, at least he's not XYZ, or I would have voted for Hillary, but she's not the greatest, but at least she's not a racist, sexist, homophobe. And I voted for Trump because, I didn't really like him, but at least he's not a criminal, etc., etc., all the things that Hillary is. And so when you look at that, kind of like I talked about in one of my older videos, or my last video, was nobody really voted for the best candidate. We didn't even have the best candidate, I don't think. And that's the viewpoint of a lot of people. It was more a vote of who is least offensive. And if that's the case, you're going to have a lot of anger, as we've seen. You're going to have a lot of frustration. You're going to have a lot of despising. You're going to have a lot of people that are saying, this person over there is terrible, and I'm just going to sit back and watch the world burn and then point my finger and say, we told you so. And so, looking at that, I ask you a question, and I ask myself this question. And it's not just for the people that didn't vote for Trump, it's also the people that did vote for Trump. So, the people that didn't vote for Trump, like I said, you're going to sit back, look and watch and hope he fails and point your finger. And I saw some really interesting posts over the past 24, 36 hours. One was, hoping that our new president fails is like being on an airplane and hoping that the pilot crashes the plane. And so when you look at that, it goes back to that saying, hate is like swallowing poison and hoping the other person dies. It doesn't really do your soul, your body, your mind any good. There's a book, Time to Think, I believe it is, one my coach is having me read now. And it talks in there about emotions unless you work through those emotions, you're unable to think clearly and logically. And it's not a matter of it's wrong and you shouldn't have those emotions. It's that you need to work through them before you think or you speak on things. And so it's very interesting. So that's the side of the anger and the frustration and the resentment of, the non-Trump voters. And so on the other side of it, you've got all these people that are like, yeah, let's make America great. It's going to be America. Pew, pew, Wild West again. Yeah. And that's awesome. But my question is the same thing with the people on the other side. Are we doing anything ourselves to make America great ourselves? Because if we sit back and we expect this one man to really change the world and change America and change the United States and do all these things that he promised he was going to do, you're doing the same thing the other side is, just you think you're on the right side and you're on the side that's winning. And so what happens, as we've seen with the presidential election, the other side thought the same thing with Obama. And so you sit back and watch this one man try to accomplish everything and it doesn't happen, or you're not putting anything in, and then you sit back and just judge. You're no better than the person, we are no better than the person on the side that used to watch the gladiators fight. All we're doing is judging and tossing, coins into the ring and saying, that person's better than the other one, and we're not really accomplishing anything. We're just sitting back, we're judging, and then we're hating the world. And so one of the things that I saw, Bernie Sanders made a great a great statement, a great post that said he will work with Trump on everything as far as promoting, equality, promoting the middle class, promoting this, promoting this. He will reach across the aisle on all those things, but he will not do it on sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, any issues or anything that promotes those causes. Awesome. Stand up for values, stand up for what you believe in, but work to make the population better. It's great. That's what we need. So that's my question is, what are we doing to work together? What are we doing to make America better? What are we working on? Provide value, provide content, provide things that help change perspective. Are you reaching out into the community? Are you working on something that is going to give back, to pay it forward? Because honestly, you're not going to feel fulfilled. All we are going to feel is upset, frustration, anger, resentment if we just sit back and we watch, and we sit back and watch. And if you're sitting back and watching, we aren't participating. And if we're not participating, then you can judge and you can throw your criticisms and everything into the ring, but at the end of the day, if you're not taking action and you're not doing things to actually progress those things that you're talking about, or those wants and needs, equality and bringing everyone together and helping the poor, or helping, the people that are struggling, or in my case, paying it forward, people that deal with dysfunction and family issues and things like that. What is it about? Is it just a bitch? Is it? If that's your case, awesome. But that means, normally if you're complaining, then you're not happy. And if you're not happy, what are we doing? Are you working towards happiness, or are you happy with just being unhappy? So, just my question, just my thoughts on after the election. It didn't matter who won, honestly, from my other post. It was going to turn out like this. No matter who won, one side was going to be upset, one side wasn't. And it sounds like it's so divided that there's just no common thread in America. And so that's where it's at. Our system, it's not Hillary, it's not Trump, it's the system. And the system cannot be fixed from within a broken system. It has to come from outside. And so that's where we come in. Us, America, the individuals, the groups, the people that want to help make the world better, social change, social reform, not anger, violence, and hate. Violence and hate and anger only promotes anger, violence, and hate, as you can see with Trump. All of those things, all the people that are afraid of, that have come from Trump, they are afraid of Trump, and they're functioning from fear. All those things that Trump has said that cause those fear were also promoted by fear. Fear of Muslim, fear of extremists, fear of this, fear of, illegal immigrants coming to take our whatever, fear of people taking our guns, fear of this. It's all fear. And if we run and we function from fear, are we ever going to get to the place where we want to be? That's my question. So that's my piece. Pay it forward. If it resonated, if you thought it, if you liked it, if you argued with it, comment on it. So I want to hear what you guys have to say. Have a good day, guys.